All right. Hi, everybody. It is your coach, Carissa.
And Coach Time.
And we are here today, as you can see, to talk about how to create a proper workspace in dealing with having to work from home. We know that it can be a lot more complicated than it seems. And a lot of you are experiencing that for the first time. It may seem really alluring, the idea of working from home and rolling out of bed and already being there, but I'm sure as you are learning, it is not.
It is not
It is
easy.
not easy.
Yes.
So we are here to coach you through and help you to get through this new lifestyle of working from home, especially because we're not always sure when it's going to end.
Yes.
So we want to make it a little bit easier for you. And in doing so, I would say that we just start out with a couple of our tips
Yes.
that we think will help. As coaches, we work from home on a day-to-day basis. Part of the beauty of us being health and life coaches is being able to work from home and offer that virtual assistance to clients, which is especially great during such a pandemic, because without it being that face-to-face interaction, there's no chance. There's so much kind of fear and concern, and people are kind of stepping back and not wanting to do those face-to-face interactions. But the beauty of health and life coaching is it's virtual, so we can really give you a first-hand understanding of how to work from home and to stay productive. So we can kind of jump into a few of those tips to help coach you through it. I would say that I would start with the most important being to create a specific workspace. As you can even see, we have a whole area just set up that's dedicated to our videos, that's dedicated to us working, rather we're putting out material, whatever the case may be. And it's really important to create that specific workspace. And you may not have had time to grab all of your trinkets off of your work desk, but what better place than home to grab some things that you need? So I would say to kind of start with setting up a workspace, be it a dining room table, if you already have a desk, if you even have one of those like pull up, what are those things called? Just like that people put their frozen dinners on, like what is
The
it?
TV tray.
A TV tray.
A TV.
Even if you have a TV tray, just kind of pull something up like that and just cut out a little corner of heaven or a spot on the couch and just know that you're going to make that your space. I would say definitely get out of bed. Don't stay in bed. It is just not going to work.
Much less productive in bed. It
Much
can be
less.
done,
But
it's
it's
a
just not
lot
going to
less.
be great. Yeah, just
Agreed.
you want to start with getting out of bed and creating that specific workspace.
Yes.
And so grab some pictures from around the house, like be it on the wall or if you have some displayed on the mantle or something. But grab some pictures, and just put them there. Grab some decor, a cute little plant that you might have, just anything that's decorative that's gonna like give you that good vibe. Put that there on that space as well, and then grab office supplies and materials. So if you have calculators, if you have staples, if you have staplers, I'm sorry, if you have what are those things like pens and cups and tapes and things like that. Just grab all those, even if you don't need to use them. It makes you feel good just to have them around and put you in that space. And just grab those and set them up in that area and create that designated workspace. Number two will probably be what? Ventilation, have air.
Yeah, definitely ventilation. I think that this is a good time on the things that we are speaking about on people that are used to working from home, and for people who have never worked from home, this is a good transitional video for them. So I'm excited about you sharing how they can set their space up, and then we're going to also share about ventilation because it's important that you get air. If you have to let up a window, if you have an air purifier or whatever it is that you need to just get that air to just feel a breath of fresh air. Even if you have to get up, walk outside, definitely important. Let the window up.
I want to get stuffy.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean the people up north, I don't know. We're in Houston, right?
right.
So it's still kind of
You might
warm
use it
here, but
something.
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I agree with that.
I would say, and this for me is what helps me to be the most productive, aside from having that designated workspace. But of course, we have home offices. But I cannot stress still get up and get dressed. Like, I know it is so alluring to say, like, oh, I get to just roll out of bed in my pajamas, didn't even brush my teeth, and I just don't do that. Don't do it. You know, if you are already working a job where you're kind of webcamming, you're probably more inclined to do that. But you might be like me and just get dressed from the top up. But at least just get dressed. Like, still get up if you are into your makeup, put on your makeup, still do your hair, still put on clothes, because that's what's really going to help you to feel good. And most importantly, that's what's going to differentiate between being home and working from home, because they're two different things, and your body still needs to be conditioned to understand the difference. So when you're putting in that time and you're putting in that effort into getting yourself into that workspace, it's going to help you to keep that routine as well, because eventually you're going to have to go back to work. So you don't want to be so far removed that, you know, what you've gotten so used to doing it that you're either displeased with going back to work, so now you have a poor energy because you're always like, oh, I loved it so much better when I could do it this way. Or you might have gotten so used to not doing it that when it's time to come back to work, it's like a drag. And you just want to already be in that space to make it easier for yourself. That is the biggest thing, is making it easy on yourself. So I would definitely say, like, that's a big one. Still get up, get dressed.
And it's a good tip too, because when I was in corporate, we would have conference calls. Our conference calls were face-to-face conference calls. We didn't have any telephones in the office. They got rid of the telephones. All of our phone calls were made through the computer.
Oh, well.
And so a lot of times people would call you on the video and talk to you. So if you're already ready and you're already dressed, you know, and you're made up, your hair done, even, you know, your shirt, then you're okay.
Don't get called out.
Exactly. There was a couple of times I worked from home where, you know, I'm just like, oh, you know, I don't have any calls today or whatever. And then I look up and I'm getting a call through, like, wanting a video, and I'm like, no, we can't video.
Like, I'm not ready.
I know we can't video like this. So you just want to make sure that you do have some kind of routine and being prepared, because you just never know.
And I think that was a really good keyword, routine.
Yeah.
Keep a routine. Discipline is key. And that is so important, because your discipline is going to directly, like, correlate to your productivity. And you still want to be productive working from home.
Yes.
At the end of the day, you're still working for a business. It's still your job. It's still your reputation. And you want to make sure that you're honoring that, you know, and just being respectful of this opportunity. You know, just really keep in mind that there's so many people whose positions, who we're so thankful for our, you know, service industry workers, and just everyone who is affected by this, to the point where there is no job. There was no option to work from home. Or there's so many people whose job won't let them work from home. So they're still in these offices. So you want to make sure that you are really, really stewarding over your time and your opportunity really well, because honestly, it's a blessing, you know, that you're getting this chance to work from home, and you might find out you really like it. So if you can really show them, like, this is doable, you never know what that can open up down the pipeline, that this might be a viable option, that they might extend that to you ongoing. So you want to make sure that you're, like, really, really honoring that. You know, and doing it. And one of those parts is still getting up at the same time daily. I would say the only area that you want to be lax is if you normally have to get up because of your commute time.
Yeah, definitely.
You don't need to put that in there. Like, if you're normally taking an hour and a half to get downtown, don't wake up an hour and a half early.
Exactly.
This is where you can treat yourself and sleep in.
And it's awesome.
And it does, and it feels good.
It does.
So that's going to put you in a better mood. But I will say, if normally you're a commuter and you're taking these hour and a half, you know, treks to get down to your job, while we're saying to sleep in, if you're normally one of those people who does not take the time to eat breakfast, to give yourself fuel for that day, if you don't take time just for yourself or to mentally acclimate yourself for the day, or don't normally take time to meditate, you know, this is a perfect chance to do it. So if you normally need an hour of commute, you know, just give yourself 10 minutes in the morning to at least eat something and try one of those alternatives, like meditating or something. Just kind of use that time to do what you normally don't do. And I'm pretty confident you're going to experience a newer, lighter version of yourself that might inspire you to want to take that time when you are going back into work. But even if you can't, at least you gave yourself that opportunity now.
Right.
So go ahead and try to carve that in there, in my opinion.
I agree. I agree. And being productive, you still have to have boundaries.
That's good.
You do not want to, get on the computer at 8 o'clock and then you look up and you're still 9, 10 o'clock working.
Mm.
Maybe you can set a reminder on your calendar, like at 12, get up and eat lunch. Because when you work from home, a lot of times you look up, it's lunchtime, you're still working because you're in your groove. Then you look up, it's 3 o'clock, you haven't had lunch, you haven't gotten up. So find some kind of ways to, put it on your calendar. 12 o'clock, it's time to eat. Get up, get something to eat, step away, take breaks. And it's okay to work the hour over, maybe, because again, you kind of padding in that commute time. So I would say maybe an hour over at the most, hour and a half, pushing it. But I definitely would not be putting in a 12, 13, 14 hour day if you can not do that. Have some boundaries for yourself.
And I really want to amplify something you said there that's so important about that routine part as well is still take those breaks.
Yes,
Build in that 15-minute morning break, that 15-minute
it's
evening break,
important.
and those lunches. Do not
Yes,
skip them because you are home.
right.
Take
Yes,
the break.
yes.
Take the
Take the
break.
break.
Like, seriously, take the break. Like, that is
Take the break.
such a valid
It
point.
is.
You're
It
going
is.
to need that just to decompress, just to gather yourself.
Mhm.
Just because I know being home, you can be really distracted by like a lot of things.
Oh my
And
gosh.
so you want to limit those distractions. And if you cannot limit those distractions because those dishes are in there and you have a mild OCD and you can't like focus without them being done,
Like somebody I know.
build that into your break time if you just absolutely have to do it so it doesn't cut into your productivity. But definitely take the break. But again, those distractions, you want to limit them. So if you want to limit them to your break time, because I know at work it's easier to be like, oh, let me just pick up my phone. I'm going to scroll Facebook or I'm going to, respond back to this email, this call. But when you're at home, you can get really lost in the sauce. Like that one thing turns into like 20 minutes, 30 minutes because you just feel so much more relaxed, lax, and then it kind of gets away from you. And
Yeah.
so I would say kind of be a little bit more strict on yourself in that essence of like distractions when you're working from home. Ignore those emails that aren't necessary, those family and friend text messages and calls. Delay those until your break time. And if you
Yeah.
want to pad in a little extra time in your break, do it that way.
Go for it.
But don't just like take it in during a regular time because trust me, it will get away from you.
It will.
Don't go do those dishes that you're tempted to do. I know a lot of us have the kids at home. Ignore them. Like, it's easier said than done, but whatever you have
Ignore
them
them.
doing during that time, let them do what they're doing during that time, unless obviously it gets out of hand. Like, we're not saying neglect them, but just don't limit the distractions because distractions are that much more distracting when you're working from home. So be really cognizant of that.
And it's so easy to get sidetracked.
Oh yeah.
It's so easy to get sidetracked. So that does definitely go back with the discipline aspect of it.
Yeah, definitely. So
Yeah.
keep that routine going during that time. So I would probably say I think those are some of the biggest ones that I could think of. I'm hoping that we came up with some ideas that'll help to really coach and get you through that. Like, oh, I didn't think of that. Oh, I have been doing that. Maybe that's why I'm not enjoying it, or maybe that's why it feels so complicated. Hopefully we were able to kind of give you some insight there. Or if you just find yourself just struggling with it because you're really sociable and you just really don't like the idea of being like in your own limited space, go ahead and just reach out to us. Our website, which is displayed behind us,
It
it's
is.
on all the social media pages, be3hlcoaching.com. Visit our website or email us directly with Coach's Corner at be3hlcoaching.com or send us a DM. If you're needing a little bit more, you have some questions, you're struggling, just the idea of having to work from home makes you feel I guess, kind of suffocated, is what I'm getting from a lot of people who are struggling with it. Go ahead and just reach out to us. And we are, of course, during this time, our way of serving and giving back is helping to kind of coach people for free on some of these things and these topics that we're talking about. And we would be more than happy to kind of work with you to work through that so that you can feel as relieved as possible and to help you to get the support that you need during this time. The best thing that we can do is have each other's back, and that is what we are here for.
Most definitely.
Mhm.
And, it might take a minute to get into a groove, but you will definitely get into a groove. You just have to find what works for you. And hopefully, some of our tips will help you to get into that groove and make it fun.
Yeah.
You can still work from home and have fun. I've had jobs where I have fun. You can work from home and have fun.
Yeah.
But just remember our little tips and you should be fine.
Yeah. So thank you guys so much
Yes,
for
thank
joining
you
us
very
today.
much. Yes.
And we look forward to seeing you during our next live or webinar that is the most befitting to help you get through this time together. Again, I am Carissa.
And I am Shatan.
And you guys be well, be healthy, and believe in yourself.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.